Stasera c'è Jamiroquai con me e c'è anche Matt Johnson, tastierista del gruppo insieme con noi. Hi Jamiroquai and welcome to Monte Carlo Nights, and
Thank you.
welcome Matt as well. This is my night show. I've been doing it for a long time, so I like to think this is a bit like my living room,
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you a question about your living room, but maybe I should ask you a question about your garage, or about, or I don't know about.
They're the same thing.
It's the same thing. Allora, no, io chiedevo a Jamiroquai, ma devo farti una domanda del tuo living room, ma dovrei farti una domanda sul tuo garage. Ma scherzi a parte, but anyway, I mean, you said it's the same thing. What is your living room like anyway? I mean, what's...
I don't know, I haven't seen it for a long time. I've forgotten what it looks like. Yeah, my living room's at about 35,000 feet at the moment, zipping across the world.
Cool.
But what is it like? It's it's got an open fire and it's covered in brown Alcantara.
Cool.
So that's about it.
Allora, niente, dice, il mio living room non lo vedo da un po' di tempo perché sto volando a 35.000 piedi, sto girando il mondo, chiaramente a presentare il mio nuovo album. So, just before we go and talk about the album as well, a question about, I mean, how did you get round to recording like 40 songs, I believe, from the album, yeah? And then also you learned to fly a helicopter in the same time. Was it difficult to divide yourself up between those, or was it an exercise for you to get away from the studio and do something else, then go back to the music?
Yeah, it's difficult to split the two things up. I mean, it was when I was doing that, really, I mean, we were still in the writing stage of just... piecing stuff together. So, there are three sort of stages to all this, and the first one is, sitting really me and Matt, or me and Rob, but alone, together, just to, spending a good few weeks just working through stuff, and just, it's difficult to split the time between the two things, and I managed to do it, and I'm glad I managed to do it, and I think one is definitely I was always quite happy. You come in after flying, and it was a nice headspace to be in. It cleared the head to do the music. So cool. They offset each other nicely.
Mm-hmm. Allora, gli ho chiesto ma come ha fatto a registrare 40 brani, poi imparare a volare l'elicottero, e se imparando a volare l'elicottero era una cosa che l'ha aiutato a distaccarsi un po' dal disco, e mi ha detto sì, sicuramente, perché mi ha dato più spazio di fare un'altra cosa e poi tornare in modo più obiettivamente appunto al disco. Allora stasera insieme con Jamiroquai c'è Matt Johnson. So I haven't looked at the credits on the album, but the songwriting, so you were saying with Matt, so you wrote a lot of stuff together with Matt and the other guys of the band. How did that process? How was that, Matt, for you?
It was great. I mean, some of the stuff was written over a period of years. We'd sometimes get together for a couple of hours and just mess around. He'd have an idea, and we'd just develop it a little bit, on a piano, and then it would go on the phone.
Cool.
And then, it might get tucked away for a couple of years. And then, it suddenly appears again. And that's kind of handy because you get these little snippets when, we're all working and the ideas are run dry. Then he'd tend to pull out one and, okay, well, let's do that,
It kickstarts the process, I mean, we've actually got songs left to start the next album with. So we've got...
Cool.
We've got a couple of really good complete
7
ones,
or 8 complete, complete songs. It just didn't make it because there's only so much you can put on the album.
Ok. Gli ho chiesto Matt come è stato il processo di scrivere i pezzi con Jamiroquai. Ho detto guarda, ci trovavamo a volte al piano con un'idea e poi magari Jamiroquai lo metteva sul telefono, lo dimenticavamo, tornavamo poi a quell'idea quando magari ci sentivamo un po' vuoto, insomma. Volevo chiedergli come è stato difficile avere questo 40 brani e poi scegliere i brani che sono andato nel disco, se è stato un processo fra tutto il gruppo. So I mean, having so many songs after must have been quite difficult between the guys. I mean, to choose these are the ones are on the album and these are not going on. I mean, because I know a lot of work goes into the music.
Well, that's right. That was definitely the problem at the end. I mean, it was getting a balance, and albums have got to have a thread through them, haven't they? It's like they've got to have something that stitches them all together. And, and then, of course, but then you need those extra tracks. I mean, I think the Japanese CD has other tracks again, I mean, aside
extra bonus track.
Extra bonus tracks again. So, which is, which is cool, you know. In a way, people get. There was always this thing between me and the record company. You know, it's like just have 10 tracks. Or you don't need any more, or 11 tracks. So give people 12 tracks, then put the extra bonus stuff on, and then. You know, and then they're getting something proper, aren't they? You know,
they're getting more music, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I did sort of. I had listened through just the first 6 tracks. There's quite a lot of work gone into that. You know, it's only when you stand back and it's been mastered and you pick the CD up and go, okay, let me try and listen to this how you listen to it, because that's what I've got to try and do is listen to it like a punter. You know.
Cool.
So, which is difficult at times, you know. And again, that's another reason why you give it 2 or 3 months off. You know, so then because you don't home in on stuff that you don't like. Because if you've written it, you tend to home in it. Oh, there's that bit again. Got to get rid of that. Whereas, and actually, it can be a perfectly decent part, but you just got to give it time to settle in.
Sink in. Cool.
A bit like when I keep your keyboard solos that you go, oh, please don't keep that bum note. And I go, but it's okay. It's okay. They know you can play.
Very real.
The kids will love it.
Very real. Allora lui ha detto, sì, è stato molto difficile a scegliere di queste 40 brani quelle che finivano nel disco perché c'era molto lavoro in tanti pezzi. Poi lui ha detto, io volevo fare tanta musica nel CD. Per esempio in alcuni paesi ci sono dei bonus tracks, tipo per esempio in Giappone. E poi lui ha detto è difficile essere obiettivo di quello che tu scrivi, per quello io ho preso 2 mesi, poi tornavo a riscoltarlo e adesso sì, va bene, si può fare. Poi giocava anche con Matt dicendo anche per lui, ma dicevo non lasciare questo suono di tastiera perché non mi piace, e Jamiro lo prendeva in giro dicendo non è vero perché la gente gli piacerà tanto.